Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
What's your name?
My name is Dương. But I know it's can be a little bit difficult to pronounce. So yeah, you just call me anything you want.
Okay, how do people call you?
Because I don't have an English name yet. So yeah, normally people just call me Dương because I have no nickname.
So, okay, good. Yeah, I have a similar story. Like I have a name that is very hard for some people to pronounce. So I have a family nickname. So everybody call me Iris. So Iris is my name, is my second name or middle name, but it's not in my documents. So I have a similar story. I understand that very well. Where are you from?
I'm from Vietnam, Hanoi to be exact. Yeah, I'm living here in a very beautiful city with many people, with my family.
Okay, what's the city called?
Hanoi.
Hanoi.
You,
Okay.
yeah, you
I have
want me
never.
to? I'm sorry. Will you continue?
No. I was just saying that I've never been there, but it's in my plans to come visit for sure. So I'll be your examiner for today's speaking test. And
Okay.
have you ever taken an IELTS speaking test before?
Yes, I have. Actually, it happened around 2 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. I have the test with a male examiner.
Okay. Okay, good. So you know how it works already.
Yes.
All right. So you said you live in Hanoi, right?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
Okay, let's see. I was born in 1998, but my family moved here since 2000. So maybe in the next year, I have been live here for 20 years. Yeah.
Okay. And what kind, do you live in a flat or in a house?
I live in the house, and yeah, as I have mentioned before, I live with my parents and my brother.
Okay, so it's a single house, not a
Yes,
flat. Ah, I
yes.
see. Good. Nice. What accommodation would you like? Would you like to live in a different accommodation and in a different place, or do you like where you are?
Okay, frankly speaking, I have a dream since I was a little girl that I want to have a big house with large garden because I always wanted to adopt a pet, like a dog. Because my house now is too small, so I unfortunately I can't have any dog. But hopefully I will save up for the future, and by 2030 maybe. I would have a big house with large garden.
Nice. All right. So moving forward, how well do you know the people who live next door to you, your neighbors?
Well, I have to say that it's comfy to live here, because the people around me, they're really approachable. Um, it's like when I have to go away, my family has to go away for holiday for a few days. I can always ask my neighbor to keep an eye on my house, and yeah, and my family will do the same thing for there too.
Excellent. Beautiful. What kind of problem do you or do people sometimes have with their neighbors? So not necessarily you, but in general, what kind of problem do people sometimes have?
Well, I suppose that maybe uh, maybe not my family, but I heard that sometimes neighbors have problems because they have different ideas or they have different things to with the environment that we live in. Uh, for instance, that we have a place that we used to put the trash in, and we have a big bin, but sometimes they're new people moved in, and uh, they they do not know where to put the trash, so they put it in wrong places, and yeah, just that tiny, teeny action that can create a controversy, and yeah, they had a big fight, but eventually they find a way to bury the hatchet.
Great, great, great. Okay, good. So, and how do you think neighbors can help each other?
Well, in my opinion, I think that we all the human, right? Of course, we have difficult time, and we have our own problems. But when you have opinion with your neighbors, you should talk to them and find a way to tackle it. Not you keep it, then you talk behind the back. I don't think that's a good way to deal with the problem, you know.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your answer. So let's move forward to part two. So
Yes.
I'm going to send you a card where you have a topic. The topic will be describing a time where you were asked to give your opinion in a questionnaire or survey. So I'm going to send it to you
Okay.
right now. Let me know if you get it. You get it?
Mm, yes.
You got it, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, good. So now you have 1 minute to prep. You can take notes if you want, and just take a minute to prep yourself, and then I'll let you talk and I won't interfere.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay. Yes.
All right, great.
Okay. Today I will tell you about one time that yeah, I was giving a questionnaire of surveys. Okay, those the story start at if I'm not mistaken, maybe around 2 years ago. My family decided to go on a trip, but not by fly. We not fly there. We drove there. You know, because my father thought that we had an on a car experience if we drove by car. So yeah, we give it a go. So my family decided to go to Nha Trang, a very beautiful city in Vietnam. You know, because my family now my father, my mom, and I have a really hectic schedule that we have to work and study. So yeah, we think that might be a good opportunity to to blow up some steam. So we stop at this restaurant, and we call some dish to eat. And yeah, I have to say that the service is lovable, and the people is very accommodating. And after we eat, they asked us about how the service, and we had them the opinion that they should have more like detail detail about they should have more detail about the dish so people can understand how that cook and what in it. Yeah, so that so now when I think about that time, I really missed it, you know, because I want to I always I'm always have interesting I'm always so interested in food, and yeah, I want to open a restaurant, and I think that giving our opinion definitely improve their service.
Cool. Okay. Um, okay. So w- why you were asked to give your opinion?
Yeah, I think that if I'm go if I'm am asked to give opinion, there were two main reasons, but I think the most important that they want to know our thought, our experience in what they served you. For instance, if you eat in a restaurant, they would want to know that if you satisfied with their dish, or if you go to a bookshop, they would know that how you feel about the organized in the bookstore.
Okay. All right. So, excuse me. Let's move forward to the last part. So let's take this topic a little bit more in general, and let's talk about opinions. So what kind of organizations want to find out about people's opinions? That's my first question for you. What kinds of
Okay.
organizations?
Um, I think that there are many organizations that they want to collect the information of the customer, such as restaurant, actually I had mentioned before, or the clothes, the shopping center. Um, but yeah, but I think mostly in the entertainment or in the service industry that they would love to hear your opinion about the service. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what do you think the questionnaires or surveys are? Do you think they're a good way of finding out people's opinion?
Actually, I don't think so, really, because
Why?
I know some, that sometimes people would, yeah, they would love to do the surveys, but I have met some other persons that they shown that they don't want to talk to the employee. Maybe they're busy or they do not give the information because in the survey you would have to give your name, your address, your phone number, and your email. Maybe they do not want to expose that to stranger that they do not know. Yeah, so they
Okay.
unwilling to do that.
Interesting. I see. Yeah, for sure. And so what reason might people have for not wanting to give their opinion? Do you think it's just because they don't want to expose their personal informations to an unknown organization or just a stranger? So do you think there might be more reasons why people don't want to take a survey or questionnaire?
Yeah, I do think that. Imagine if I'm a restaurant owner and I going to eat out at another restaurant. So of course I don't want to leave the restaurant my idea because I am their rival, you know. So I'm gonna keep the best thing for myself and I'm not spit it out. So I'm gonna keep it to improve my restaurant.
Right. Okay. But if you are a regular customer, do you think
Oh.
like sometimes just people, normal people, don't feel like giving their opinion on surveys or questionnaires? Do you think it's just because they don't want to expose their information, their personal, like name,
Uh,
last name, contact, and stuff like that?
well, if in terms of customer, yeah, I think that maybe they sometimes they do not know how to express the idea of what they want to tell, you know, because they are no expert. They are not a chef, or they just simply go with the dish. They do not have any thought. So yeah, of course they do
Good
not.
point. Yeah, good point. All right. So, do you think it would be a good idea for schools to ask students their opinions about lessons?
Yes, I do think it's necessary and important, you know, because I'm once study in high school, so I know that. But the I think that the important thing that the school should take into in college consideration that when they want the students' opinion, they should put pin a time, you know. Um, for example, at the end of the semester, or if you have a new student that that have a lesson at that class, you should ask the opinion of the student right away, because I know that student might not pay so much attention in the class, in the lesson. So if you wait 1 or 2 years, you ask them, they might not remember about the lesson anymore. So I think it's important to ask them in time.
Good. And what do you think would be the advantages for schools if they asked students their opinions? Do you think there would be any disadvantages or just advantages? And what would you think they could be?
Oh well, I cannot think of any disadvantages. I can only talk about the good. No one, you can improve the service, the teacher ways in teaching student. Because when students feel unclear about the lesson, so they should talk that. Uh, they should show that to the teacher so they can have better lessons. And number two, uh, if students are asking about the surveys, it can actually incentivize a student to have better academic performance, because if the school, they can't figure it out what's wrong with the student, so the results could not be good.
Absolutely. Okay, very good. Thank you very much for taking this
Okay.
test, and good luck with any future tests you'll be taking. This is the end of the test. Good job.
Oh,
All right.
thank you, Iris, for spending time with me. Okay,
Absolutely.
I hope I can see
My
you later.
pleasure. Yeah, well, I'll send you a feedback in a second. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
Okay, you too. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.